Hey Reddit, I'm Noah, 33, and my brother Lucas has made my life hell since we were kids. If you think this is some sibling rivalry story, trust me, it's not. This is about betrayal, manipulation, and karma finally coming full circle. Lucas was always the golden child. My mom adored him, my dad tolerated him, and I was just there. I was the quiet, responsible one. The one who got good grades, stayed out of trouble, and never asked for much. Lucas, on the other hand, he got away with everything. He stole from me, broke my things, even humiliated me in front of our family for fun. And when I finally stood up for myself, I was the one who got punished. My mom would say, "Noah, be the bigger person. He's just a kid." Except he wasn't just a kid. He was a monster in the making. I left home the second I could. College was my escape. I worked hard, built a career, got married to my wife, Emma, and finally created the life I wanted. I thought I was free of Lucas. I was wrong. It started subtly. Lucas would show up at family events and act friendly, like the past never happened. He'd make snide comments disguised as jokes. "Wow, Noah, you actually managed to get a wife. Must have lowered her standards. Man, I still can't believe someone as boring as you make six figures. What do you even do all day? Push paper." I ignored it. I had everything I wanted: a beautiful wife, a stable job, a home I worked my ass off for. Why would I let him ruin that? But then he found his opening. Emma had always been kind to Lucas. She thought I was exaggerating when I told her how awful he was growing up. She believed in giving people the benefit of the doubt. And Lucas? He played her. He charmed her, made her laugh, found little ways to compliment her when he thought I wasn't looking. I didn't see the warning signs until it was too late. The moment my world shattered was an ordinary Tuesday. I had come home early from work, excited to surprise Emma. But when I walked into our house, I immediately knew something was wrong. The energy felt off. I set my keys down, walked towards the living room, and that's when I saw it. Emma's phone was on the couch, screen lit up with a notification. From Lucas. "Lucas, can't wait to see you again. Last night was unforgettable." I felt my stomach drop. This couldn't be happening. Not with him. I picked up the phone, opened the messages, and my heart stopped. Hundreds of texts, late-night conversations, flirty messages, and then the photos. Emma, in our bed, taking selfies, sending them to him. I don't remember how long I stood there. It felt like my mind had shut down, refusing to process what I was seeing. I heard the front door open. Emma walked in, smiling until she saw my face. She froze. "Noah." I turned the phone screen towards her. The color drained from her face. "Explain," I said, my voice eerily calm. She opened her mouth, closed it, then whispered, I can explain." But there was nothing to explain. She knew it. I knew it. And I was done. That night, I didn't scream. I didn't argue. I didn't demand answers. I just left, packed a bag, grabbed my keys, and walked out the door. Emma chased after me, begging me to talk. "Noah, please. It was a mistake. I didn't mean for this to happen." I kept walking, because I had made a decision. I wasn't just going to leave Emma. I was going to make sure both of them paid for this. That was the night everything changed. Because Emma and Lucas thought they had won. They thought I'd break down. They thought I'd beg for answers. But what they didn't know, I wasn't the same kid Lucas used to push around. And this time, I was going to be the one who walked away with everything. I wasn't the kind of man to react impulsively. I had spent my whole life being calculated, patient, always thinking 5 steps ahead. Lucas had spent his life taking shortcuts, cheating, lying, and getting away with it. But not this time. This time, I was going to be the one pulling the strings. I didn't just want to leave Emma. I wanted to make sure she and Lucas felt everything they had done to me. The first thing I did was get my emotions under control. I wasn't going to let them see me fall apart. I wasn't going to give them the satisfaction of thinking they had broken me. No, that would have been too easy. I needed time. Time to plan. Time to make sure that when I left, I took everything with me. For the next few weeks, I played my role perfectly. I acted normal, maybe even a little too normal. I made jokes, acted affectionate with Emma, responded casually to texts from Lucas. They had no idea I knew, and that was the best part, because while they thought they were sneaking around behind my back, I was already dismantling my life with Emma, piece by piece. Step 1. Secure my finances. Emma and I had a joint bank account, mostly for household expenses, but she also had access to my personal savings account. I wasn't about to let her walk away with a single cent. So, little by little, I moved my money. A transfer here, a withdrawal there. Nothing too obvious. Just enough that by the time I was done, my personal account was completely empty and my money was somewhere she couldn't touch it. Step 2. Gather evidence. I wasn't just leaving her. I was going to bury her. I went through every single text, every photo, every voice memo she had sent Lucas. I screenshotted everything, uploaded it to a secure drive, printed copies, made backups. I wanted proof, not just for me, but for everyone. Step 3. Sell the house. This part took some time, but I had leverage. See, Emma's name wasn't on the house. It was mine. I had bought it before we got married, and even though she had helped with a few payments, the deed was under my name, which meant she wasn't getting a dime. I listed the house under a private sale, found a buyer, closed the deal, all without Emma knowing. By the time she found out, it would be too late. And finally, step 4, the exit. I could have just disappeared, could have left without a word, without giving them the satisfaction of knowing what was coming. But that wasn't enough. No, I wanted to make sure they felt it. So, I planned a little surprise. One Friday night, I told Emma I had a business trip coming up. She bought the lie instantly, smiling and kissing me goodbye as if she hadn't been sleeping with my brother behind my back. That night, instead of packing for a trip, I packed everything I owned. By morning, the house was almost empty. I called a locksmith, had the locks changed. Then, I made 2 phone calls. The first, to Emma's job. I sent them the screenshots. Every single one. Told them she had been using company time to have an affair. HR wasn't pleased. The second, to our entire family group chat. I dropped every receipt, every text, every photo, every single disgusting detail. Then, I turned my phone off. I wasn't there when Emma got home that night, but I wish I had been, because the moment she stepped through that door, she realized everything was gone. And then she saw the note. Emma, I know. I've known for weeks. Check your phone, then check your job, then check your bank account. You and Lucas deserve each other. Enjoy the consequences. Noah. I turned my phone back on exactly 12 hours later, and the explosion of notifications was glorious. Emma, 27 missed calls, 15 voicemails, 32 texts. Noah, please call me. Where are you? We need to talk. What did you do? I'm going to lose my job. Noah, please. I am begging you, don't do this. And then, my personal favorite. You are a monster. How could you do this to me? Oh, Emma, I didn't do anything. You did it to yourself. But the best part? Lucas. Oh, he was losing his mind. A few hours later, my cousin James sent me a text. James, dude. Lucas just showed up at my place screaming. Says you ruined his life. Me, his life? I thought he was thrilled to have Emma. James, oh man, you have no idea. He's freaking out. Says he lost his job too. I blinked. Me, wait, what? James, yeah. Guess what? His boss is married to a woman who saw the group chat. I nearly choked on my drink. That was unexpected. Me. So you're telling me he lost his job, Emma lost her job, and they're both screwed? James, yep. And get this, Emma's family isn't talking to her. Her parents are livid. And Lucas? His fiancée left him. I sat back, staring at my phone, and then I laughed. I laughed so hard I had to put my drink down. They thought they had one. They thought I'd be the one left broken. But in the end, I'd taken everything from them. Emma kept trying to reach me. For weeks. I never responded. Not once. Because I knew the truth. No matter what she said, no matter how many times she begged, no matter how many excuses she tried to make, she wasn't sorry she did it. She was only sorry she got caught. Lucas? Well, let's just say his life didn't exactly improve. After losing his job, his fiancée, and his family support, he ended up exactly where he belonged. Alone. And the best part? I didn't have to lift a finger. They destroyed themselves. All I did was give them a little push. I had won. Not because I got revenge. Not because I took everything. But because I walked away without looking back. I thought I'd seen the worst of Emma and Lucas. That after exposing them, cutting them off, and taking everything away from them, they'd finally disappear into the mess they created. But people like them, they don't just go down quietly. They fight. They claw. They desperately try to pull you down with them. And Emma, she was about to make her last, pathetic attempt to get me back. After Lucas showed up begging for a place to stay, I figured I'd never see him again. He had hit rock bottom, jobless, homeless, no friends left, no fiancé, no money. He was done. But Emma, she wasn't finished yet, and I should have known she had one last card to play. It happened about a month after I left. I was finally settling in my new place, enjoying my freedom, when I got a text from James. James, hey man, you might want to sit down for this one. I frowned. Me, what now? James, Emma just posted a long-ass status on Facebook. I rolled my eyes. Of course she did. Me, let me guess. She's playing the victim? James, oh, it's worse. She just told everyone she's pregnant. My heart stopped. Pregnant? That wasn't part of the plan. I immediately searched for her profile, but I was still blocked. So I called James. Tell me exactly what she said. James cleared his throat dramatically. And I quote, "This has been the hardest few months of my life, but I have to be strong. Not just for me, but for my baby. I never thought I'd be going through this alone, but I know everything happens for a reason. I just hope one day he realizes what he left behind." I let out a slow breath. So she's implying it's mine? Oh, very strongly implying, James said. She's milking it. The comments are blowing up with sympathy. Everyone's calling you an asshole for abandoning your family. I pinched the bridge of my nose. Of course they are. James hesitated. You don't think she's actually... I laughed. Hell no. That baby isn't mine. There is only one person who could be the father. Lucas. And that's when I realized Emma wasn't doing this to get sympathy. She was doing it to trap me. I took a deep breath. Emma was desperate. She lost her job, her reputation, her place to live. Lucas had nothing left to offer her. So now, she was trying to force me back into her life. But she made one critical mistake. She underestimated just how far I was willing to go to make sure she never got near me again. I needed proof. So I did something I never thought I'd have to do. I called Lucas. He picked up on the second ring. Noah. I could hear the surprise in his voice. He probably thought I'd never speak to him again. I got straight to the point. Emma says she's pregnant. Silence. Then a sharp breath. Shit. I clenched my jaw. I'm assuming it's yours. Lucas didn't answer right away. Then in a low voice, yeah. That was all I needed to hear. Then fix this, I said. She's out there pretending this is my baby. She's trying to guilt me back into her life. You think I'm just going to let that happen? Lucas sighed. No, I snapped. I don't want your excuses. I don't care about your excuses. You got yourself into this mess. So either you step up and take responsibility, or I make damn sure everyone knows exactly what you did. He went quiet. You think I won't? I continued. You think I won't send a proof to everyone? You've already lost everything, Lucas. You really want to make it worse? I'll handle it, he finally muttered. You better, I said, because this is the last time I'm warning you. And then I hung up. The next day, Emma's post mysteriously disappeared. A few of her closest friends made vague comments about how some men just refused to take responsibility. But the damage was done. She had lost her last chance to manipulate me, and I knew she hated me for it. Weeks passed, then months, and slowly, Emma and Lucas faded from my life completely. I never checked in, never looked them up, never cared about what happened next, because as far as I was concerned, they no longer existed. Then, one night, James and I were grabbing drinks when he pulled out his phone. You have to see this, he said, grinning. He turned the screen toward me. It was a picture of Lucas, looking miserable, holding a screaming newborn in his arms. I blinked. No way. Oh, it gets better, James said, scrolling down. Read the caption. I skimmed the words, and suddenly I was grinning too. Lucas had posted the picture with a long caption about how he was stepping up as a father, but how some people had made it really difficult for him. Translation? Emma had dumped the baby on him. I let out a short laugh. He's stuck. Oh, he's beyond stuck, James said. He's broke, exhausted, and completely alone. No job, no money, no support. Just him and the consequences of his own actions. I leaned back in my chair, exhaling slowly. For the first time in forever, I felt free. They had taken everything from me. But in the end, I was the one who walked away with everything. And them? They were stuck in the mess they created. One last time, James asked me, "So, any regrets?" I thought about it, about all the pain they put me through, about how much I had lost. And then I smirked. Not a single one. Because in the end, I didn't need revenge. I didn't need to fight. All I had to do was let karma do its job. And damn, did it do it well.